ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening all and welcome to your first look at sports. Yes, I'm Charles Fisher, the World Anti-Doping Agency coming down hard on Jamaican athletics. They have demanded that the Jamaican Anti-Doping Agency bring their testing procedures up to standard or face being banned from major athletic events, including the 2016 Olympics in Brazil. We had a chance to speak with P3's president, Mike Sands, on the matter.
I am surprised to hear it because, you know, the WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Agency, has been mandatory by many countries. As you know, we have our BADSI, which is the Bahamas Anti-Doping Agency, and so there's certain compliance that must be met. And so I am surprised to hear that Jamaica is not compliant with that. I am not going to make any comments on the presumption of their guilt or innocence, but you know, I would think that all the member federations and international sporting bodies, the local sporting bodies from the different regions, would comply with what is expectations. Fortunately, too, when comes success, comes a higher spotlight on your program, and so at the end of the day, you know, I'm satisfied that Jamaica is probably, you know, in some maybe areas, but is compliant for the most part. I would not put the speculation on the athletes. I think the system, if it is what is being alleged, the system obviously is at fault because the system is not compliant. I would not hold that against the athletes.
Much more on that coming up later on in the second look at sports. Meantime, the 12th Austin Knowles High School Softball Tournament will get underway tomorrow. That's Thursday at the Blue Hills Sporting Complex. First game at 6 o'clock is between Spanish Wells and CV Bethel Girls. Providence Softball Association President Godfrey Gully Burnside is the tournament director.
We have a whole slate of games on Friday and on Saturday, and we hope to convene with a championship of that tournament on Sunday afternoon at 5 and 7 p.m. in the evening here at the Bankers Field.
How many teams?
Right now it looks like we have 10 men's team and 10 ladies and 40 men's team coming in, combination Family Island and New Providence based team, private and government schools.
How do you see the competition?
It seems to be very stiff. Luckily, Eleuthera want to send a message. They're sending in 3 teams, one from Spanish Wells, one from Preston, Albury High, and one from Central Eleuthera. Well, you know, the girls in Andrews are very, very good. As a matter of fact, I understand most of them played on the team that won the championship. They won last year, and hopefully South Andrews will win again this year. They will be very competitive. Spanish will probably give them a push for the money.
4 days featuring the top high school players in the country, something fans don't want to miss.
And I would hope that the Bahamian public come out to watch the future stars of tomorrow for national team, the ladies and the men. We do have some very talented high school students in the Family Islands and in Providence. It's an awesome event that person should come out and watch and take note of players coming to Providence Softball Association and the other affiliates of the Bahamas Softball Federation in years to come. Some of them playing now presently in some of those associations and they're making an impact in those leagues. And so I hope people would take the opportunity to come and watch the talent that we have here in the...
Earlier we told you about the World Anti-Doping Agency. They will be sending 3 officials to Jamaica on Monday to investigate claims that the island did not drug test its athletes sufficiently leading up to the 2012 London Olympics. Now, even though there is no evidence of wrongdoing by double Olympic and world champions Usain Bolt and Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price, they may be barred from competing at athletics' biggest event. That includes the Olympics next year and the World Relays right here in the Bahamas.
We definitely want to make sure that hopefully that the situation is resolved very, very quickly and very amicably and very favorably on behalf of the athletes, because at the end of the day, you know, administration errors or anything else, the only persons that really suffer is the athletes. And so at the end of the day, we would like to hope and pray that the Jamaican situation can just be some administrative errors and that the situation will go very quickly and that the Bahamas and the world will be able to see the Usain Bolts and the Shelley-Ann Frasers and the Nesta Carters and the likes of the rest of the region in the world, you know, converging on the Bahamas May 24th and 25th next year.
Now, prior to this year's World Championships, one of our athletes was suspected of using performance-enhancing drugs. Sands, even though tight-lipped, addressed the situation.
As you know, we did have a case just prior to the World Championships, and the athlete obviously did not make the World Championships. And as I'm understanding it now, there is a hearing going on with BADSI as it stands right now. And so I'm very comfortable with our system, and you know, I don't even like to get involved in it, because at the end of the day, and when I say involved in terms of being able to comment or to speak to it, because there has to be a separation of what transpires. And so at the end of the day, for transparency purposes, we will be advised at the end of the day when all the results are in based on the hearing.
Still on track and field, Bahamas Track and Field Coaches Association with a major Level 1 USATF certification and training course next month. The dates, November 1st through the 3rd. President Curtis Pry will be bringing in some high-level coaches.
Lauren Seagrave is one of the best in the field, and he's being joined by Dr. Larry Judge, who is actually the chairman of the USATF Education Division. So this is going to be a wonderful course for Bahamian track and field coaches.
How can coaches make sure that they are part of this, and what will be taught?
Well, first of all, the registration is progressing very well, and we've already almost reached the capacity. There are a few spots left. Persons who want to register would need to contact the P3A's office, I would say immediately, so they don't get left out. This course is the basic level of track and field coaching, and it is both theory and practical, and it prepares coaches to train athletes up to the junior age group.
And Bahamas Speed Week Revival all set for December 4th through the 8th. The event director David McLaughlin saying this will be the largest fleet of vehicles to grace our shores.
This year, cars as well as from British Isles. We have cars from Belgium and Switzerland and Austria coming. One of them, the Austrian car, is a very, very famous car, raced here in the day by the Rodriguez brothers. They were just kids then, 15 years old, but they raced like there was no tomorrow. As they say, race it like you stole it.
This is the 3rd year for Speed Week Revival. According to Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, the event has had its impact on the Bahamas.
In the past 2 Speed Weeks, coverage brought us global recognition and exposure for the country with stories about sports, sports tourism, lifestyle, publications, promotions, and a great deal of coverage for what it is that we know, that we always say it's better in the Bahamas. We're very proud that you gentlemen and ladies bring this event every year to the Bahamas, and you're getting better and better. So we wish to associate ourselves with your brand and what you're doing, because as Speed Weeks gets better in the Bahamas, as sports tourism gets better in the Bahamas, it only proves our original brand, that everything is better in the Bahamas.
And that's my time for sports. I'm Charles Fisher. Enjoy your evening.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.